Welcome to a Pakistani investigation. Now, as you see here, Pakistan. The name Pakistan was coined by Chaudhry Rahmat Ali in 1933. So that's quite new, relatively new. And Pakistan itself was only separated from India in 1947 or 1948. You see the anthem of Tarana. Declaration 1904. So it's a new country, very new. Founded in 1947, very similar to the creation of Israel in 1947-48. So obviously creating all these places at the same time. And interestingly, Pakistan was created before Israel. British Raj, or what are called British Raj, which was this time period, and they tell you that the British ruled over India. That's what I tell you anyway. This place, Rajasthan, which Raja means king. See here, if you have the door is a jaw, right? It's slightly open, right? So if you got an open door, it means that people can walk in and out, right? And I believe that this is what occurred of the Raja, the British Raj, is about. It basically means that they've opened by this background what they created there, right? What I would consider to be a fraudulent historical background. They've left the door ajar to India, right, Pakistan, so that people can walk from India, Pakistan into Britain, right, which is exactly what they've done. It's exactly what they did. Right. And I think basically that there's no way that British Empire is correct, because bear in mind that at that time, right, the majority of people wouldn't have been transits, they wouldn't have been owned by these royal characters, right? Like at this point they own like well over half the people in the country, right? These royal ones, and they serve them, right? But when you're talking about this period, the majority of people would have been natural people, they would not have served these royals, right? And how many people would it have took? You're talking about a tiny island, Britain, right? So how many people was conscripted into this army to go over to the other side of the world and start brutally conquering other nations and all this, right? You'd have to have had the whole country. You'd have to have every man in the country in the army doing it. It's just not feasible, right? It's been a background, a fake background, what they've just written in, right? And all the codes sort of prove it, right? Now the diaspora, right? In the exodus from Egypt across to the land of milk and honey, right? Now when you go on an exodus or a diaspora, you leave your home and you go to another land, you pack your suitcases, or you take a packed lunch, you know, or you pack your bags, right? You pack up and go, right? Now you pack your rucksack or your backpack, you know, you take a pack with you, right? So you pack up, right, and go. So you're leaving India for Britain, right? Take your packed lunch, you pack your suitcase and you do the exodus or the diaspora, right? So you pack your sarnies, you pack your sarnies, your sandwiches, your tea sarnies, you know. You're out the tea program from India and you're packing your sarnies and going on Exodus. Funny how we got the type of name in Pakistan, right? Istan, you can get nasty, and the Islamabad, not bad, nasty. Not like it's a lot of Kurds in this, right? Of course, what I think Indians is friendly people, right? But the face of that Kali destroyer isn't exactly a friendly face. Right? As you see, 250,000 from India, 83,000 from Pakistan. Now India is the same place as Pakistan. So I think again this is part of the trickery. You know, if you create two countries out of one country, you can ship twice as many people out, right? And say they're from two different countries. You know? It's the same place. Population exceeding 1.6 million. And then some. You always see this street, where a stan, apparently in the modern, cultural way or whatever, means a fanatic. It's stemming from that song by Eminem's. So like, being a stan means in overzealous or obsessive fan, which is a fanatic. You also have a stain. Marco Discord. To stain something is to dye it. You can dye something. Same as staining something. You dye materials as early as the time of the Exodus. Again, it seems to me like this India is basically the Egyptian and the diaspora is the Indian diaspora, which is the same as the Exodus from Egypt. When you have this, it seems to me like it's put in right as a symbol of rather like if you take the George Orwell quote, right, which is whoever owns the past owns the present, and whoever owns the present owns the future, and all that. So what they're saying is at some point the ruled over to Britain, and every sort of British person, right, served them. These little royal family, little, small, relatively small little club, right? They ruled everybody and they ordered everybody what to do and all this, right? So if you put that in to the history, you're ruining the past, and it's a tribute comes with it, tributes with it a great sense of power to them, right? Which, like, if you take the fact that maybe they just made it up, right, then that changes the whole ball game of power, as it was, because now they're basically telling you we together, right, prospered and they brutalized people. And the brutish empire, we went across to different countries, brutalized them and all that, so we're all in it together. But what if it's just completely fake? The tribish empire, the tribes. And then of course, you get this becomes the reason, sole reason for why the door is open, right, to foreign people, specifically Indians and Pakistanis, right, to just walk in and take your land out, right? And I just didn't buy it at all. It's exactly the same thing. We'd have put this in the background as well, right? Again, it's to create a power idea that these certain types, the aristocratic types, the Cambridge and Oxford Club, those type of people could have power over the average British peasant, right? So you've got the idea of no man's land, right? So that's knee borders, that type of thing. The door is ajar, there's knee borders, right? Type of idea. And what we're seeing in this was that one posher who was a little officer, right, could order 1,000 men a day, right, to go, climb out the trench, gun up the ladders, walk over the field or whatever, just get machine gunned down by the opposing army side, which was Germans, right? And again, I just didn't buy it, who would have went to certain death just because one posh was there, right? The peasant or the working class man or whatever, right, vastly outnumbered the amount of posh was in these circumstances, right? So surely, if some posh was ordering all these people to go to certain death, surely after a couple get shot down, you realise what's going on, right? And you just think, no, I'm not going to be certain death, you die instead. Bang, as simple as. Surely that would happen. But no, what they're trying to tell you is that in the power way, right, that these poshers have so much power over the British peasant, right, that they can just, with an order, tell them exactly what to do and all this. So again, it's very subtle, it's very subtle, and you wouldn't think it was brainwashing, but it is. It's just a brainwashing thing that gives power to the posher over the peasant. And then of course they put this idea in, but they were so nice because they allowed the working class peasants to have a game of football, on Christmas Day. Weren't they nice? Which of course they were the bollocks, This is something what I haven't seen, discussed much at all in any type of videos, even shield videos and stuff like that. I've never seen, because obviously when Indians to come in and to take over all the shops, we obviously helped by the council and governments and that to do that, right? But obviously they earn the money, right? And then send the money back to India. So, a lot of the money out of the British economy disappears or it comes back to India, right? Which is not really picked up on, right? This sort of thing about paying them remittances or whatever, but what about the money which is earned out the shops and, and then send that back to India, which is their homeland? They're going to consider it their home, So, how much disappears from these, the British economy every month or every year, it's got to be quite a bit. Of course, they set up apps and all this garbage to help them deal. It's crazy. And you wonder that then they raise up the prices on all the stuff in Britain, It could be billions of pounds every, half a year or something disappearing with the British economy and ends up in India. And then the bastards hike up your prices of food and all this. But, see when it's an organised economy, Talking about Janus is the god of doorways and all this, right? So you're talking about that Raj, the jaw, right? As you say, Jesus said he is the door through which we find salvation and abundant life. You open the door of faith to the Gentiles, It's basically, it's where you know what it is, what they've opened the door to. Got to open doors. Just before you an open door that no one can shut. Revelation's 3:8. Of course, the two faces, as I say, always,